Solana value forecast May 2022. The expense of Solana truly is expected to reach at the extremely outright least worth of 45.70 in 2022. The sole cost could sort of show up at a biggest extremely worth of 51.41, with the common trading cost of 49.99 all through 2022. In a significant manner SOL value gauge June 2022 and June 2022. The expense of Solana generally is gauged to basically be at around a base, especially worth of 49.10 incredibly. The Solana esteem worth can basically show up at a constraint of 53.91. With the ordinary trading worth of 51.48 and USD, in a kind of enormous way. Solana's SOL value expectation July 2022. Concerning July 2022 Solana cost especially is guessed to really show up at a most negligible possible level of 50.65. In an essentially significant manner, the SOL cost could essentially show up at a biggest possible level of 55.97, with the common figure cost of 53.03. Especially in spite of prevalent thinking Solana SOL value expectation August 2022. Concerning August 2022 Solana cost explicitly is figured to especially show up basically possible level of 52.19, which explicitly is genuinely huge. The SOL cost could show up at a most outrageous possible level of 58.09, with the commonplace guess cost of 54.09. In a huge manner SOL value figure September 2022 and September 2022. The expense of not entirely settled to be at around a base exceptionally worth of 53.27. In a significant manner the Solana esteem really worth can basically show up at a constraint of 60.26. With the regular trading worth of 55.17. And Solana SOL value expectation October 2022. With respect to October 2022. Solana cost sort of is gauged to sort of show up at a most insignificant possible level of 55.47 or so. They essentially thought the SOL cost could show up at a most genuinely outrageous possible level of 63.02. With a regular guess cost of 57.38 Solana value expectation November 2022. The expense of Solana is expected to in every practical sense reach essentially extremely worth of 57.77 in 2022. Which is very critical. The SOL cost could really show up at a generally beautiful outrageous in every practical sense month particularly the farthest reaches of 66.47 while the coin will trade between a restriction of 69.61 and something like 64.01, which really is very critical Solana value figure walk 2023. The typical expense of Solana SOL could especially go to 67.80 toward March's end essentially as opposed to mainstream thinking. SOL could really be trading around a biggest kind of worth of 72.93 with the base expected cost of 65.34 as opposed to mainstream thinking SOL value figure April 2023 and April 2023. The expense of Solana sort of is gauged to in a real sense be at around a base certainly worth of 66.09. The Solana esteem fundamentally worth can really show up at a restriction of 75.64, with the ordinary trading genuinely worth of 69.16 and USD, which in every practical sense is very critical SOL value figure May 2023. In May 2023 the expense of Solana especially is assessed to truly be at around a base, most certainly worth of 68.77. Which essentially is genuinely huge. The Solana esteem worth can in every way that really matters show up at a constraint of 79.10, with the regular trading sort of worth of 71.23. In Solana value expectation June 2023, the expense of Solana for the most part is expected to basically reach essentially extremely worth of 71.62 in 2023. In an unpretentious manner, the SOL cost could essentially show up at a biggest kind of worth of 81.95, with the run-of-the-mill trading cost of 74.08. All through 2023 Solana value forecast July 2023. The expense of Solana explicitly is expected to for the most part reach its sort of the most unworth of 73.11 in 2023, in an essentially huge manner the SOL cost could truly show up at a biggest truly worth of 85.66, with the normal trading cost of 75.56 all through 2023. In an unpretentious manner Solana SOL value figure August 2023 for August, the expense of Solana truly is expected to show up at a regular month to month, particularly the farthest truly reaches of 78.59. While the coin will trade between a restriction of 88.68 and something like 76.13 in a significant manner SOL value conjecture, September 2023 and September 2023, the expense of Solana sort of is gauged to by and large be at around a base worth of 78.66. In an unpretentious manner the Solana esteem genuinely worth can show up at a constraint of 92.61. With the run-of-the-mill trading really worth of 81.73, in Solana SOL value expectation October 2023. Concerning October 2023 Solana cost in a real sense, is guessed to explicitly show up basically possible level of 80.91 or so. They thought the SOL cost could show up at a biggest possible level of 95.88. With the run-of-the-mill measure cost of 83.37 Solana value forecast November 2023. The expense of Solana truly is expected to arrive at really worth of 82.79 in 2023. In an unpretentious manner, the SOL cost could especially show up at a generally truly outrageous really worth of 99.21. With the common trading cost of 85.87 all through 2023. In an unpretentious manner, Solana SOL value expectation December 2023. With respect to December 2023 Solana cost, explicitly is figured to sort of show up at a most negligible possible level of 85.98, which sort of is very huge. The SOL cost could especially show up at a most kind of outrageous possible level of 10,265, with the run-of-the-mill gauge cost of 8,844 within. The latest 1 month the expense of SOL lessened by 23,802. Taking out an extraordinary typical measure of 1398 from its continuous truly worth in an especially significant manner. This unforeseen down suggests that the coin really is in plunge at the in every practical sense present time, suggesting that it will in general most certainly be a good buy. A genuinely possible especially open entryway for quick hypothesis, or so they thought. The 90 days cost change sort of is close 67.05. And the expense basically moved from a base run-of-the-mill cost of 13,006 to most prominent pretty ordinary expense of 14,375 in the past 90 days. In an unobtrusive way Solana certainly is someplace close 74.27 with the most genuinely outrageous run-of-the-mill cost